Hi, my name is Yafa, and this is The Yafa Show. You ever hear the saying that West Coast is the best coast, or East Coast is the beast coast? Me neither, because that last one I just made up. Now, I'm not saying that people from the East Coast aren't beasts. They're probably like fast beasts, with like a bagel in their hand trying to take a taxi to work before the end of the 30-minute lunch break. You know, since East Coasters are always in a rush. Or are these just all stereotypes? When you think of people from the East Coast, what are some stereotypes about people from the East Coast?
We talk fast, we drive fast, we're very kind of left, right, and get out of my way. I'm from there, so.
Okay.
I mean, the other stereotype is that people from New England and whatnot, or at least Massachusetts, or at least Boston, don't have you know, they say ka, ba, door, ha, all those kind of things.
Right.
Not everyone does that. That's more specifically to the city itself. You know, we speak with our D's are T's and our T's are D's.
What are some stereotypes about people on the East Coast?
Rich.
They're rich?
They're Japs.
They're Japs?
Yeah.
They're rich and they're Japs.
Yeah.
Where'd you get these stereotypes from about these people from the East Coast?
Just my mind.
Just your mind?
Yeah.
You just make them up?
Yeah.
Like, oh, New York City, sounds like Japs and rich people.
Yeah. Pretty much.
They're rude.
They're rude?
Yes. They're single.
They're rude and they're single?
Yeah, that's all I could think of.
That's where all the singles go to find new people?
They're in the island and it's called New York.
So where'd you get these stereotypes from?
Sex in the City.
A little bit more traditional, maybe uptight, not as laid back.
Where did you get these stereotypes from?
I studied at Georgetown for a while, so those were my peers.
They're always on time, they're always like rushing to do things, it's very hectic. So also, I guess, they're pretty sure that New York is the best place to live in, so they really have no reason to visit the West Coast, because like, that's New York, it's so awesome. I'm like, come visit LA, and they're like, no, it's New York, what are we gonna do there? So, it's like hectic.
Go out west, you're like,
Kinda
New Jersey? Is that the far?
Yeah, something like that. So just kind of a little snobbish, very business-oriented, hectic. People are always like in a rush.
Where'd you get these stereotypes from?
Just impressions that I had from visiting there. I kind of feel that's, here it's more laid back. People are like, you know, they seldom meet at a certain time, and it's like, oh, you know what, maybe like in the 30 minutes, and like an hour, kind of a surfer dude attitude. So that's kind of my impression anyway.
You know, after living in the East Coast for 10 years and here for 10 years, I think the biggest East Coast stereotype is that people are rude and people are in a hurry, and then they don't care about each other, and that's what the East Coast is all about. And the stereotype here in LA is that people take their time, they're late for everything. It doesn't matter if you do this or not. I mean, it's just a huge difference between, and you accomplish the same thing on the East Coast, working at 6 o'clock in the morning to like 7 o'clock at night. Here you start at about 10:30, and you finish your day at 2 o'clock and you're done. And you've done the exact same thing, except I think in New York you kind of pull your hair a little bit more, get panicky and stress and crazy. And here it's like so relaxed and kick back. And
in New York, you use your smoke breaks. In the West Coast, you don't need them.
Exactly. The stress level in New York is so high compared to the stress level in LA.
Right.
But then on the other hand, in LA, people get stressed over the littlest thing. I mean, if it rains or it's going to rain, people prepare for weeks. They don't go out, they stay home.
Right.
I can't meet you, it's raining. In New York, you'll make it through snowstorms and this and that to get what you want to do and make it happen no matter what. So it's just a little different.
So if you describe people on the East Coast, how would you describe someone on the East Coast appearance-wise?
They're tough. They're tall. You know what I mean? They're very like aggressive. They don't dance their way around saying things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you from this?
No.
I'm sorry.
The dress is a little more like, you can see some polos, button-down shirts, a little more Brooks Brothery. Over here there's more board shorts and just a little more laid back.
Nice looking, preppy. What do you think?
I would say there's a lot more people with like darker hair. There's a lot more blondes on the West Coast.
A lot more blondes?
Yeah. My mom's from Brooklyn, so she has dark hair, so like I just associate that. I don't know.
Do you think all blonde people just flock to the West Coast?
Well, maybe the weather lightens people's hair.
What would you say is like the difference appearance-wise from people from the West Coast and people on the East Coast? East Coast, like how would you describe someone from the East Coast appearance-wise?
Well, people, especially if you take New York, people dress. They dress great. You know, it's like fashion is important in New York. Even if it's summer, winter, coats, boots, whatever's trendy and cool, and you go with that and the season changes and clothes change. Here, you know, you see people in LA, it's a t-shirt and jeans, sweatpants, sandals. There's really nothing unless you go to events or something, but it's really nobody, it really doesn't matter. But then the body image is very important here on the West Coast. You know, you got to look good if you're going to wear very little clothes. In New York, you can kind of cover it up and it's okay.
How would you describe the appearance of someone from the East Coast?
Not so flashy. Jeans, definitely. Sneakers, their hat backwards. But definitely, if they're from the East Coast, they've got some sort of Red Sox memorabilia somewhere.
Well, maybe here it's a little more casual in terms of flip-flops and like just shorts, kind of more leaving closer to the beach kind of attire, I think.
Right.
And they're probably this. Although New York can get hot in the summer, so a little more formal, I guess.
And now, we hit New York. New York City, the land of opportunity, the city that never sleeps. Billions and billions of dollars get traded here every year, legally and illegally. Now let's go check out the stereotypes they have about people on the West Coast. Where's some stereotypes about people on the West Coast?
Wow, stereotypes in the West Coast. Like, do you want me to be nicely or?
No, lay it all out. Let it all out.
Like superficial type. A lot of insecurity and not enough empowerment.
I don't know, potheads, you know, surfers and whatnot.
Potheads?
Potheads, yeah, potheads.
Potheads.
Mostly, yeah, potheads.
They all smoke marijuana.
They all smoke marijuana?
Majority.
Majority of them? And where'd you get that stereotype from?
It's illegal.
Bunch of Crips and Bloods, up to no good. Crip walking everywhere, Crip walking to the store. There's Crip walking everywhere. There's Crip walking out the womb.
They're a lot nicer than the people on the East Coast. A lot more hospitable.
When you think of someone from the West Coast, what do you think of?
Someone cowboyish, I guess. People who are high class, almost rich, I guess.
Almost rich? Not there yet, they're just almost rich?
Yeah, almost rich.
Surfers, like hippie, laid-back people.
Stoners.
Stoners?
Yeah.
Everyone just lighting up every morning?
Yeah, pretty much.
What are some stereotypes about people from the West Coast, from like California?
They're all surfers. All surfers on the West Coast.
They're all surfers?
Surfers.
Surfers?
Like beach bums, just chilling out in the sea. On the West Coast anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I know. For me, I'd say that they're like gangsters like Dr. Dre, and they all do gangster rap. Like that's a West Coast person to me.
Just gangster rap?
Yeah, just gangster rap and drugs.
They smoke a lot.
They smoke a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Cali, they get high. They beefing with the East Coast.
They're beefing
Tupac, Biggie, that little big majigga.
They wear their scullies when it's hot outside.
That's the first one that came to your head?
That's the weirdest one. Every West Coast person I see online always have a scully when it's like 80 degrees outside. So I don't know.
Buy a cap.
Yeah, buy a hat. I don't understand.
What are some stereotypes about people from the West Coast?
Oh, wow. They real laid back.
Real laid back?
Real laid back. They like to party a lot, I would say. Maybe because of the atmosphere, because it's just a party environment.
How about like LA specifically? Is there like, what are some things you think of when you think of LA?
Suge Knight.
Suge Knight? That's the first thing you think of?
Yeah.
No palm trees, nothing, just Suge Knight.
Of course, the palm trees. Hollywood, the sign, Roscoe's.
Roscoe's.
You know, yeah. The Valley. It's a lot you think about, you know what I mean? But definitely Death Row, Suge Knight, that comes to mind.
Them motherfuckers can't talk properly.
They can't talk properly?
They can't talk properly. I mean...
In what way? In what sense?
Goddamn, proper English.
Proper English?
You know? Ain't nothing against that, pigtails, red on every day, blue, whatever. Khakis. That's how y'all live, baby.
So what do you mean they can't speak English properly? Like, in what ways?
I don't understand them.
You understand
Some people, yeah. Ain't nothing bad with it. I mean, it sound good, but This up north right here.
What the heck is hella? Why do they say hella?
Hello?
What are some stereotypes about people from the West Coast?
Overall, like the gang banging and stuff like that, that's pretty much what only thing I could really associate with the West Coast that I know of.
Gang banging and like ride 6'4s with
6'4s, you know, the Jerry curls, you know, the music and stuff. They always got that synthesizer in there, stuff like that, you know, stuff like that. That's about it.
Okay, so where'd you get these stereotypes from?
You know, just the music, the videos and stuff like that, you know, that I used to see in the 90s, NWA, you know, that kind of stuff. Because I'm into hip hop and, you know, that's what I associate them with. To me, they were always kind of country in comparison to us here.
Right.
You know, but we are the mecca of everything. So, you know, we're the blueprint and everybody else copies from us, as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, that's just my opinion.
Appearance-wise, or just like, how would you describe someone from the West Coast?
Appearance is very
Northwest on West 42nd.
like MTV-ish. Just
Jersey
remind you
Shore.
of like the Jersey Shore, or the other side is like the episode of The Hills, or you're just getting like this weird vibe that you're like, okay, well.
I think there's a trend here. Yeah.
There is trendy, but what I love about at least being here is in this area, there is no judgment. You could really be anybody you want to be. There was a guy with like a Brazilian ball bouncing on top of his head and have the whole crowd around him because it's something that you don't see every day.
A lot more personable, has a lot more to talk about, way more conversation, a lot more outgoing, just all around genuine, better person as far as personality goes. Like, if we have a personality from New York and somebody from LA, definitely gonna go with somebody from LA.
Well, why don't you take your butt back to LA?
Still like kind of surfer, laid back, like it kind of seems like more glamorous than the East Coast. I don't know why. I just feel like my life's boring compared to theirs.
They live in Cali. That sounds cool.
I live in Virginia. It's not cool. Not cool.
I live in the VA.
Yeah, not cool.
I would just say they're laid back. Like the commercial to like come visit there, it's like everyone's just like, she said, like surfing or like in a big house. Yeah, no jobs.
I was lucky enough to spend the summer in the West Coast, so I've met all different people from the West Coast, and you know, they're very laid back, very casually dressed. But then if you're going out in the evening, then it's dressed up, high end, looking smart. So yeah.
Okay. How about you?
I'd agree. I'd say West Coast usually a lot fitter because they're on the beach all day. You know, they've got to be in the sun, looking good.
Right. It's beach body season every
day.
Every season.
That's it. not like on the East Coast. It's not beach body season here. So we're in the concrete jungle.
How would you describe someone from the West Coast?
There's two different styles. You have the T-shirt, you got the Converse, you got the Dickies on, and then you have your real hipster. You got a hipster vibe too. You know, that's kind of creeping on. So
how would you describe the hipster vibe?
Skateboarding, slight knit shirts. You know what I mean?
Where you can't sneeze, it might rip.
Yeah.
Very light shirts.
Real tight, real Londonish.
So how would you describe someone from California, appearance-wise?
The ladies love them. Nice trim bodies and big breasts and everything.
Nice big silicone breasts?
Yeah, big silicone breasts, I mean, yeah.
We're more metropolitan because we're like a major city.
Right.
Over there, like, you know, it's more laid back and stuff like that, so they walk around with slippers on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that whole lax kind of, you know, dress code and stuff like that.
So the way they dress is a lot more relaxed?
A lot more relaxed, you know, like the surfer kind of stuff, like the OP and the, you know, the Maui stuff for that kind of crowd. You know what I mean? But the diversity, what I liked about out there when I was out there is you had categories of people. Like you had stoners, which were people who got high all the time. You had like the heavy metal guys. You had the preppy kind. You know, you had the hip hop crowd, which was, you know, urban.
Right.
And then you had like just a misfit crowd who wore like gothic stuff and stuff like that. So it was kind of diverse on that, in that regard.
Who do you think's more of an ass? People who are more have more asshole tendencies? People on the West Coast or people on the East Coast?
I definitely.
Who do you think are more assholes?
I'm gonna say West Coast.
West Coast?
Yeah.
Why is that?
they're not gonna be able to take the train and stuff like that. You know, every day you in the train, you cramped in like sardines on the train, on the bus. So you kind of adapt to the West Coast. One day out here, they going crazy. They going, this is too much. Like right now, this is too much. You need the palm trees. You need the next person probably be like 2 blocks away from you. You know what I mean? So
East Coast has more assholes or West Coast, and why?
East Coast, I can't really speak for the whole East Coast, but I can speak for New York. I say we have everybody in the whole world beat, asshole-wise, all over the world. From my opinion, we are the biggest assholes, and we have the most number of assholes in the whole world.
Hey, why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
We breed that. We breed that kind of sarcasm, that kind of you know, fuck you, fuck the world, fuck everybody. We are those dudes from, you just can't fuck with us. We're those people. We set the trend, we set the tone, and then everybody down is below us. That's why I say we're assholes. We're pompous pricks by nature. We breed that here.
You have to be to survive.
Well, here, yeah, that's what I was taught. Well, not even taught directly, I just had to learn. Trial and error. Like, get thrown out there and you just have to deal with the bullshit. So you have to prepare yourself, you have to hone yourself, you have to pretty much build yourself.
So it's like natural selection, you know. All the so the weakest ones, you know, they're not going to survive. You got to adapt. Yeah, you got to adapt.
It's that savage, when in Rome, do as the Romans. It's that kind of mentality. You have to be equipped to deal with this. Not everybody could deal with this. This is the real deal here. You have to be able to deal with this. You have to know how to handle yourself out here. If not, you're gonna get consumed. You're gonna get swallowed. You're gonna lose your mind. You're gonna wind up one of these homeless bums out here talking to yourself in the street, or sleeping on the curb, or a dope fiend, a derelict. You know, it happens. You know, this makes or breaks people. That's why they say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere in the world, and that is a fact.
In the comments below, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. What are some stereotypes that you guys heard of about people on either coast? And feel free to subscribe for more question videos like these every week. Thanks for watching.